Alright, the last part, and probably the smallest too. So this here would be my hunting and fishing section as well as cordage. So starting off from the top, I've got a yabby net, because basically in Australia just about everywhere has yabbies and they're good eating and well worth having. I have some brass picture frame wire which I can turn into snares. That is, hang on a second, how big is that? It's 10 meters. 10 meters and will hold up to 10 kilos. So very good, very well worth having something like that. I can make quite a few snares out of 10 meters. Not sure how many because I've never made them before, but when I decide to make snares I'll show them and we'll see how it goes. But I'll definitely be able to make quite a few, and it only cost me a couple of bucks, so it was worth buying rather than getting just ordinary cheap wire. Fishing line. Now down here we've got me compact fishing pole, which is well worth having. I think I'd rather take one of those than a normal size pole. If I was going to take a fishing pole, that'd be what I'd take. If I wasn't going to take a fishing pole, I'd just take some fishing line and make a stick, something like that. Alright, anyway, moving down. Over here, this is something that I'm not sure whether I should even be showing you, because in my part of Australia they're not particularly legal. If I had it in two parts, there'd be no problem. You can actually buy them in shops separated, but as soon as you put it together they are not legal to have. But if I was going any other part of Australia there'd be no problem with me. It's just for some reason this state of Australia, Victoria, is probably the only state in Australia where it's illegal to have one of those, which I think is ridiculous, but there's always some idiots that spoil it for everyone else. So I've got it there. I've had it for years before I even knew that they were illegal, and I didn't want to get rid of it. So I've kept it and I've put it there because I thought, being so small and compact, I could easily fit it into a kit, and if I'm going around Australia I will take it with me, but I'd have to be very careful how I stored it, and I'm not really sure. I don't know. Well worth having if I'm hunting small game, rabbits and stuff like that. So I'd probably take it with me, or I could take it fishing and use it as a bait slinger. So either way, I'll try and find some excuse so that I don't get in trouble for having it. Now, here we have my bow. I may eventually end up getting a compound bow, but I love the recurve bows. This is the first and only bow that I've ever bought. I used to make bows and arrows as a kid and stuff like that, and maybe one day, hopefully soon, this being a bushcraft channel and all, I may make a bow myself. But being the fact that in Australia most of the wood that we've got, you just can't make bows out of. It's just pine and gum trees and eucalyptus and all that sort of stuff, so you can't really make bows out of them. But I may end up finding some way to make a bow. I may even make a PVC one. But for now, that's the bow that I've got, and I love it. It works really well. It says 40 pounds, but it feels a lot heavier than 40 pounds, so I don't know. So I'll take that out, and I'll show that in another video sometime soon of target shooting with that one there, and also target shooting with the little slingshot. Alright, now cordage. Easy enough. I've got some zip ties, which right there, zip ties, which I'll definitely take some zip ties. That saves me using rope and having to cut the rope and stuff like that. especially if I'm building shelters and stuff. I've seen a couple of YouTube videos where some people have used zip ties. One thing I will mention though is I'll buy some better quality ones, because these ones I just got at a cheapo Chinese shop. Sorry again, I suppose that I hope no one takes offence to that, because I don't mean any disrespect, but I just call them that because that's basically what they are. I don't really know the names of them. They're just cheapo shops. So next to that, I've got two separate lengths of paracord. Both are 550 cord. Both have the 7 strands inside and stuff like that, which can also be taken down and used for stitches and all that sort of stuff. Well worth having. I'll definitely be taking that. So I may take the bigger one in the Bugout bag and the smaller one in the 24-hour or a day or overnighter bag. So well worth having paracord. Not easy to come by. I've got to go on YouTube to get it. So that's the only downfall of having that. I'd really need to find a better cord to be able to take out that's cheap and easily available in Australia. This here is just thick nylon cord that's 15 metres, and I put it there because I haven't figured out whether or not what I'd use it for. I will find a use for it, but I'm not sure whether or not I would definitely take the paracord over that, but that would still have its usefulnesses, and I'll decide later on which one I'll take. So that finally is my list of items that I have to choose from to put into kits, into my Bugout bag and so forth. Now the other thing is I didn't put any food, basically because food is a separate item that I'd worry about. I do make my own beef jerky. I tried making a video, but I accidentally deleted it, so I ruined that. So eventually what I'll do is I'll show some of my own dehydrated products that I'll be adding to my Bugout bag, but for now these are just the hard items that I'll be putting into kits, and I would love to hear your feedback, and I would love to find out what you guys reckon is worth taking and what's worth leaving out. So that is a whole heap of things to choose from. Thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. See ya.